Hi guys, how's everybody doing today? Will and I are going to do just a real quick update video. We haven't done one in a long time, so we just have a few things that we want to talk about. So the first big news is this. Guys, so amazing, 10,000 subscribers. We never thought in our wild dreams, for all the longtime viewers, our goal was 1,000, then we hit 1,000, our goal was to get to 5,000, and we really didn't even talk about ever getting to 10,000 subscribers, and we did so. So we want to thank you very much. We appreciate you, hitting that subscribe button and interested in our retirement journey here in the Philippines. So the weather's been really dry lately. Not much rain, a few rainstorms here and there, but not much at all. So I just wanted to mention that because that's going to be part of our update of our, a little bit larger news down at the garden area that I'm going to take you down there in a little bit. But I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about our solar. A couple of things. One of you, a subscriber, noticed on one of our videos that there was a connection in the inverter not hooked up properly, and it was the battery temperature gauge for the system, our battery pack. And that's pretty important to make sure that your battery temperature remains cool, and that's why when you install solar, you really want good ventilation for both your inverter and your battery. You don't want it to overheat, and it was actually showing on the display at 100 degrees Celsius, which is extremely high. So we know the battery pack is not that high, but one of you, called it out and said, hey, you might want to take a look at it and, get the company up here and see what's going on. And even he said, there's no way your battery is at 100 degrees Celsius. It's probably just a communication error, and it just needs to be fixed. So let's take a walk out to the solar system and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, guys, so let me just show you what we're talking about. And I'll just go over this real quick with you. Right now, we are making 1,836 watts of power from the solar system. It's a cloudy day. You can see the sun is in and out, but mostly cloudy all day. And we're still making 1,849.54 watts. We are using 1,715, and that's primarily because we have the pool pump on. I've been, when we were on the grid, we were using the pool pump about 2 to 3 hours a day. Now that we have solar, I'm letting it run about 6 to 7 hours a day. Why not? Because it's free electricity. So you can see that we're making more than we're using. And that's always the case for the most part. Here in the grid, a lot of people don't know this, a little out of focus, that here with Norrico, I'm not sure about other power companies in the Philippines, but I can definitely say for sure, here in Negros Oriental, when you have a hybrid system, which means you're tied into the grid, and here's the automatic transfer switch showing that we have both grid power and solar power, even though we're not using the grid. We're using the solar. And this battery pack, even in the morning, we're still at 60%. So that lone battery pack at 200 amp hours, 10.24 kilowatt hours, handles the house all night long. Wake up in the morning, 60% left in the battery. Plenty big enough for us. But if you have a hybrid system with Norrico in this area, they do require that you buy at least 20 watts, and it fluctuates. You can see how it says 18. That does fluctuate throughout the day. So you are going to have a small bill. And like I said, our bill last month was 350 pesos, about $6.50. And that's primarily because we're buying those 17 to 22 watts. It goes back and forth 24/7 for the entire month. So there always will be a little bit of a bill. But what I want to show you, and our battery is always at 100%. It's usually topped off, the battery pack, by 10 if it's cloudy, maybe as late as 12 noon. Very rarely is the battery not at 100% by 12 noon. And then, we're ready for the night. But here is where the subscriber picked up. See that right there, temperature? That was reading 100 degrees Celsius, which is very hot. So I called the company. They sent the engineer right up, and he took a look at it and said, oh, I know what the problem is. There is a communication cable from this area down to the battery. So let me take the zoom out. So what he did was, the first thing he did was pull this panel off to see if it was plugged in, and he unplugged it and plugged it back in. To me, it kind of looked like I think like a Cat 5 cable. And he unplugged it, plugged it back in to see if it would reset. And it did not. It remained at 100 degrees Celsius. And, being here outside, we're in the shade, plenty of ventilation. We know that this battery is not running at 100 degrees Celsius. And it's absolutely cool to the touch. It's not warm at all. But we still need to get to the bottom of why that said 100 degrees Celsius. And now it's reading 26 degrees Celsius. So what we found out is the engineer said, I wonder if my guys forgot to flip the switch. So under the battery here, there's a series of switches, and that's exactly what it was. It was so simple. He just flipped the switch to do the communication from the battery up to the inverter. And then he said, just give it about 30 seconds, and then bam, it started reading the proper temperature. So thank you to the subscriber. I won't name names, but you know who you are because you're a regular viewer. Thank you for that information. And you can see that our battery right now is running at 26%. I've never seen it above 28% because I've been keeping my eye on it since the engineer of the company, solar company, came up and fixed it. So a little bit of news. I was able to get 2 builds. Hey, Prince, just strolling around. I was able to get the company 2 solar installs from our channel. How great is that? One local and one on the other side of Dumageddon. So thank you guys. Was able to give this new company a little business. And when he came up here, he said, sir, the battery prices are starting to come down a little bit. He said the inverter prices are about the same. But he said all these connectors and all the copper wire and all the transfer switches, he said the prices have been continuing to go up. So you guys remember I said that he would do a system like this for 400,000 pesos, all in, installed, out the door. And again, 2 of you took advantage of that. And the lowest price I could find was 550 pesos and 550,000 pesos. So I saved 150,000, and so did the other 2 gentlemen that got the same system installed. Actually, one got a little bigger system, so he paid a little bit more, but still got that good price. So he said, sir, he came to me like I was, in charge, and I say, well, you can, raise your prices whenever you want. But he did say, thank you for the 2 installs, and if there's anybody else in this area that's looking to get a system like this that runs our entire house. It runs 2 refrigerator freezers, runs their fans, our TVs, our air cons are now hooked up to the system. Highly recommend the company. If you're interested, just reach out to me on Building the Philippines on Facebook Messenger, and I will connect you guys. And he'll come out and give you the same price. And he said, just ask one more time, and if we don't get anybody, then basically he's going to go and raise the prices of his next installs, just because he said some of the prices are starting to go up. So I wanted to share that information with you guys. So I want to track down Wilma. She was out here. Ah, you're taking a break. Because I could hear you sweeping while I was doing my video inside.
Yeah.
And there's the boy.
Yeah.
There's the prince. Look how shiny he is. He's really growing. He's doing so good.
You give him a bath too?
Yeah, he had a real good bath today. He loves the bath, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he really loves it. So I just got done explaining to everybody that the prices of the solar system is going to start going up. So this is kind of like last call if anybody's interested that I could hook them up with our installer, and then he'll go out there, give them a quote, and get the system installed. So let's take a quick walk down to the garden. I want to show everybody our new idea. So it's really been dry lately, guys. Really dry. We've been getting a little bit of rain at night. Now it's cloudy today, but it's really been sunny, and everything is dry. Look at the grass here. You know, it's usually very, very green, and you can see that it's starting to turn a little bit on the pale side, just because the lack of rain. Had to put water in the pool a little bit here and there, just because we haven't been getting any rain. You can see, and probably can hear the water feature. We've been running the pool much more, and it's been pretty windy. You can see a cluster of leaves at the bottom of the pool. I got to take care of that today. But things is going well, but we're definitely showing a lack of rain. And what we want to do is we've kind of let the garden play itself out. And what we're going to do, and you can still see there's some eggplants. We've been having eggplants coming out of our ears. I don't want to eat another eggplant for months. One thing we wanted to show you is a nice breeze in the face. You see these wild flowers? They're marigolds that you just find out in the jungle. I've told you guys that before. And what Wilma's been doing is, remember, she had a bunch of them planted up here. So they died off. So she pulled them out, and I was watching her just hit the dried flowers that would release the seeds, and they just fell naturally in between the rocks. And look what happened. They're very hardy, much more hardy than, say, the vegetables that need a lot of water. You basically just ignore them, and look what's happening. We're getting some marigolds popping up in the between the rocks. But what we're going to do here is let this just play out. We're not watering anything anymore. We do have some carrots that are still growing. So that's really the last. Everything else is pretty much dying off. Like I said, we haven't watered probably 2 weeks. So we do have some carrots coming in. But it's been very, very dry. So we're going to see if we get anything out of that. But what we're going to do, you know, because summer's coming, you know, it really starts getting warm here in March. And March, April, May, June is really the warm season here. So we know there's going to be lack of rain. And, you know, usually here during that time frame, it rains at night. And, you know, just sunny during the day, and things are going to get dry. And we're just needing to put too much water on the garden. So what we're going to do is we're going to just flatten this all out, minus the carrots, see if we get anything out of that. But just flatten this all out and let the grass, the carabao grass, take over. And just have this more of a lawn with the fruit trees. Now the fruit trees are doing good, and Wilma is getting them some water on a regular basis. We let the garden go, but the fruit trees she's been hitting with water, and they're doing well. I mean, they're still green. You know, she's making sure there's no caterpillars. You guys know about the green caterpillars, and things is going well there. But we're going to basically make a lawn out of this, and then make a decision what we're going to do. See, we have a few eggplant left, and we had so many of them, right? I mean, we got eggplant coming out of our ears.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, it's just too much. You can only eat so much eggplant, so we've been giving some to our neighbors. But that's really the big update for the garden, is as we head into the warmer months, which is like it getting into February, then March, April, May, June. We know it's going to get real hot here, and we're just going to go ahead and flatten this out. Probably pull some dirt from this area over to there, because you guys remember, longtime viewers, that's where all the sand and gravel from the deliveries to build the house was dumped. So there's not good topsoil there. It's rocky, it's a little stony. You can see the difference. This is a little darker, that's lighter. The grass here is grown, pretty decent. It's carabao grass / weeds, but we're fine with it long as it's green. But when you take a look over here, you can see there's still some gravel, there's some rocks. So we're going to pull some dirt from here and get it here and try to get some grass to grow. And then, like I said, flatten this out and go from there. So that's the big news. Not a lot going on right now, which is exactly what we want. We've had a lot of parties lately. We've been busy with parties, keeping this guy busy. He's a full-time job, but we're really enjoying him. I want to show you real quick how the sun, and it's exactly what we want, because we want to stain this. We want to get away from that shellac. So take a look without the sun. You see the color? It's a nice looking color, right? Now that's what the whole Kubo looked like. Now come out here, and how long has this Kubo been here? 6 weeks, guys? Maybe? Take a look. So east is this way, the east sun. So the morning sun. Look, it's gone. It's absolutely gone. The sun has faded it out, and we knew this was going to happen. So I already have the stain for it, of Minwax. So I'm going to go ahead and do a test sample in the back. But we want to let the sun get to this a little bit more and really fade this out. And then what we're going to do is I have a can of that spray for the bugs. We're ready to go. So I'll go ahead and spray the Kubo, let that chemical sink in, and then come through with the stain. And it's going to be a test. Let me know, guys, if you ever done this and it worked or not. But we want to stain this instead of using that shellac, because it just doesn't last, and we knew it wouldn't. Look how it faded. The sun is absolutely brutal. You see the sun is hitting here. Look at the difference between here and up there. Big difference. The whole Kubo looked like that just 6 weeks ago. So that's another project. So there we are. Still have to pour concrete. I think that's the very next project to get that done. But a lot of you said, where's Prince? Want to get him some more airtime. What are you doing, boy? Look how shiny that coat is. Guys, that's 2 raw eggs a day with his food, which he absolutely loves. So he's really coming into his own. When you listen to some of our videos, kind of listen to the background, because he's always on patrol. Anybody walks here in front of the house, he basically stands right here. So he gets the high ground and he'll stare down, and he growls and barks. There's a spot. So he's doing it on cue. He stands right there and just watch people go by, and he barks. If they're over at the work site of our neighbor's home going up, and you can see they're making some real nice progress. Let me do a zoom for you. Looks like they're getting ready to put the roof on. So that's going to be exciting. But Prince gets the high ground. He's definitely a growler, and then if necessary, a loud barker. So as we do videos in our office area, which we've been doing our videos in that front sitting room, that's our new spot, call it our studio. If you hear Prince barking, he's basically either here or over there. Again, he has the high ground, and he's telling anybody that's coming by, especially if you're at the gate, do not come onto this property. So he's definitely doing his job. So just a quick video for you guys. We haven't really done a lot of update videos just because we've been busy, and then we've done some our retirement journey videos. We really have a doozy video coming out soon. I think it's coming out tomorrow or the next day. It's a real, let's call it taboo topic. So if you're watching this video, you might want to hit the notification button so you get notified when that new video comes out. We just completed it earlier today. It's really a topic that just came upon us from all the people, the nice couples that we visited. And again, it's a real topic. It's a tough topic to talk about. I think it's going to get a lot of comments. Very curious how that plays out. And I'm just going to call it one of our most controversial topics. Let's call it taboo. So that's going to be coming out, I think, tomorrow or tomorrow night. Look forward to that. So from Darwin, Negros Oriental, Philippines, we'll talk to you guys soon.